confused. Motherfucker.
From the balmy shores of sunny Florida to the cold winds of Chicago and everywhere in between, you're watching the Red Wemette Show, live, coast to coast. And now, Chicago's talk of the town, Mr. Red Wemette.
Hello, folks. Today is January 14th on a Wednesday, 2026, a new year. I am Red Wemette, and this guy over here, he's Adam Flowers.
How's it going, everybody? So what we're going to be talking about today is the shooting in Minnesota. Where do you want to pick up? Where do you want to leave off? What do you want to talk about? What are your thoughts? You for it, against it? You think ICE was in the right, in the wrong? Do you think the wife was in the right or the wrong? I mean, the husband, I mean, the partner, I mean, the other person that was there.
You got to figure out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the others out there.
I've heard that other person called a husband. I've heard it called a wife, and I've heard some other foul names called. But
They're married. They are married, aren't they?
Nobody's shown me a document. They just made the claim that they were. So I don't know if they are or they aren't. Really, to be honest with you, I'm not buying any of this stuff unless I actually see proof. I mean, that's like, it's just,
yeah.
Scott just stopped it from ICE was attacked. Wasn't good, wasn't smart. Okay.
Good wasn't smart. Yeah, the girl, Renee Good.
She wasn't. It's a sad thing because she really has a very nice smile to her. And the truth of the matter is, I looked at her just in a totally different way. It was one of those kind of things where it just happened. I mean, totally just happened. It's disappointing, but there we go. Got that. She had definitely a beautiful smile on her face, and she wasn't a bad person, I thought. But there she is.
And Red, she was married. She was married to Becca Good. That was the other girl that was there.
The father of her child is deceased.
Yes.
So, and I don't know, Becca's Becca, but she had a nice smile on her face. I think she was she must have been a somewhat happy person.
Yeah.
Very much misguided. Very much misguided. I don't know how people wind up being that misguided. I really don't. But she was. It's a terrible thing. It happens. Anyhow.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen the footage, and now today's breaking news is that the officer, Ross, Jonathan Ross, has internal bleeding from getting struck by that vehicle.
And I don't think that he would take time off of work and go into a hospital if he thought that it wasn't something serious. Most agents don't. If they got a hangnail, they don't go running to the doctor. I mean, they just don't do it.
Yeah, well, I could see some of the naysayers saying, well, he's going there to say he's got a bruise and call it internal bleeding, and, that way he'd be cleared, and I'm sure somebody's going to say that.
Rub it off. It's okay.
You're wrong. That's what happens, though. So Scott H., she was happy, and she was downright gay.
Okay, Scott, that's enough.
Jack would have said that. That's what they said back then, Come on. So
They didn't even say gay.
Back in the day.
It meant that you were odd. You were queer. You were odd.
So was she backing into her house to park in her driveway? Is that what's going on here, or did she even live there? Do you know, Red?
No, she lived 6 blocks away, according to all accounts by ICE agents. This question I put up there.
Matt Perry, were all the outfit guys conservative back then? Can't picture too many leftists in that bunch.
No, they were all conservative, every one of them. That's the way it was. I never saw a liberal at all. Probably the most liberal person I knew was Jimmy Kozo. And as far as his attitude on other things, it was not liberal. It was very conservative. He had old time values. He believed in a lot of things.
Really, out of all the businesses you were in and all that, because you would think, especially in the adult business, you'd have a lot of liberal people, in that, entertainment in general, you get that, which I've seen, here in Vegas. I mean, it's even Hollywood, it's really liberal. But the adult entertainment, no, you'd think that'd be pretty.
It was. The people that patronized me were liberal. I didn't agree with a lot of their ideas, obviously, but it was one of those kind of things where it was a business. It was about money. I had people that their parents were involved or their dad was involved in the outfit, and they turned around and said, "Yeah, you're into that? Wow, my dad, wanted to get into that, and he couldn't get into it. They wouldn't give him permission." And it was kind of like, you're lucky. You're very lucky. And I felt lucky. I really did. But I worked for it. It wasn't something that was handed to me.
Right. Jim Magnifici, she was married twice before the woman, so I guess third time wasn't the charm. Third time was the harm.
Yeah. That was it. It happens.
The crowd can't help but wonder how many other protesters have rethought their willingness to take part in foolishness like ICE interference.
I would think twice about stepping in front of a vehicle if I saw that. That's almost like what I was trying to describe about the Democratic riots in Chicago. Not many people wanted to go out and riot after the Democratic riots. After they heard Mayor Daley, and they were really chastising Mayor Daley. Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. Yeah. Don't shoot over their heads. Shoot to kill.
Right.
And when you hear that coming to your officers over the radio, or his officers, makes you think, do you want to go out there and take a chance? No.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Kraut says, it's good to see you, Adam.
Good to see you, Kraut. And welcome in, everybody else. If you guys are new here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're discussing what's going on in Minneapolis and the unfolding news that currently today has been revealed that the officer Jonathan Ross has gotten internal bleeding from being struck by the vehicle. Also, the footage, the body cam footage a few days ago, 2 days ago now, of Jonathan Ross's body cam walking around the car, where you clearly hear him get hit by the vehicle. And I think you've watched all of that, Red.
Oh yeah, I did. I've watched this thing, everything that I could get. Sometimes it was snippets where they snuff. I like the stuff where it's continual, where there's no editing, because it's a continuous thing. Like Officer Ross, his videotape is continuous. It goes all the way around, looks at the license plates. He listens to the heckler, tell him what he could and couldn't do, tell him to pack his lunch if he wanted an argument with her. And came around the front of the vehicle. He was actually photographing her getting into the vehicle. He actually photographed her saying, "Go, baby, go." And then as he was going around the front of the car, I honestly believe he had a pistol in one hand and his cell phone in the other hand. And when he leaned over the hood, that was it.
Yeah. 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 I mean, Carl Smith. What? Too much? Did I miss something from Carl here? No. Okay.
Didn't Joey the Clown try to run up? Yeah, he did.
Run over Cook County Sheriff's Police Sergeant John Flood with a car in 1970. Yeah, yes, what happens when somebody tries, even an organized criminal tries to run over a police officer, not a federal agent, police officer? What happens, Red?
In Cook County, John Flood is a very large man. He's like yourself. He's tall, big guy, and he was.
What are you saying? I'm big?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Call me fat. Call me a fatso.
I said tall. I didn't talk about your weight.
I'm a fatso right now. I mean, look at my pudgy cheeks right now. Oh my god!
But he prided himself in the fact that he pushed Frank Schweiss out of the way and knocked him down. And that was one thing. But as far as running over other people, the time you saw Joey Lombardo in 1980, the mugshot of him where he's bleeding from the mouth, that was the time they tried to run over a police officer and jumped out of the car and left. And guess what happened? That was it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Wicked.
Wicked subbed up. Thanks. Yeah. And if you guys are just getting, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Mr. Stamp Tech, came over from the other channel. Mr. Stamp Tech, how do you justify Trump trying to take over Greenland? I thought he was trying to buy it. I didn't think he was trying to take it over.
I don't try and justify anything that Mr. Trump does or President Trump does, because very simply, he's better at what he does than I am. I mean, he got elected. So what it is what it is. But
I thought he wanted to put up some military bases or something there, which already has military bases that belong to NATO. So
we have military bases there, and I can tell you personally that we used to have, I don't know if it's there anymore, cold weather training in Norway. We had cold weather training in Norway. So it's not that we're not represented up there. It's that if they take over, a communist country takes over that piece of land that's there, it could be a problem for the whole world. But fixed election. Fixed election.
Right.
Okay.
Jim Magnifici.
Go ahead.
No, I say Jim Magnifici said the vehicle is definitely in drive, as the partner couldn't open the door due to the safety mechanism locking the doors when the vehicle's in drive. You put your vehicle in drive and chink, the doors lock. Or you got to start moving and then they lock. But yeah, that she was in drive, man. It was going forward. There's no arguing that. I mean, if anybody, clearly you're blind if you're arguing that. But anyway, the fixed the election. Emmett wants to talk about election. Yeah. What election? Who fixed what? What are they talk? What's he talking about, Red?
Wrong summit. I don't know. I really don't. He's an he's certainly not a Republican, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he is. Maybe he's talking about the election was fixed in 2020 against Trump. Maybe he's talking that Trump fixed the election.
I think he was.
I don't understand. You got to put more context into your comment, Emmett, for me to understand what you're getting at there.
Yeah, work it out there. Type it, okay.
Yeah, the crowd. The line between protesting and interfering is clearly defined and understood by normal people. The leftist fools are essentially reasoning like spoiled toddlers.
Good point. But I will tell you this, Kraut. I want you to answer me a question. What is normal? There is no normal. Normal doesn't exist. Normal is what your teachers and all the people that when you were growing up, when you were a small child, told you this is normal. There is no such thing as normal, in my opinion. My opinion says, I use a different word. I use average instead of normal, because normal may be tainted by the people that taught you in your life. And maybe Renee thought she was normal. Maybe she thought she was the average person. I don't think so.
Doesn't everybody like to kind of think of themselves as the normal? When you kind of have a baseline, you kind of base it on yourself and your own morals.
We all want to feel normal.
Yeah, that's
Tim
what I mean.
Powers was talking about how the fix was in during the 2020 election just recently. Well, Sidney Powers doesn't really know what they're talking about.
Sidney Powell. Sidney Powell.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
Mr. Powell. Democrats are not normal. I don't know. There's a lot of Democrats as individuals. I don't know. I have no idea.
Sean Walford. Yeah, I don't, again, normal's a setting on the dryer.
You got that right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normal's like a setting on the dryer. That's all normal is.
Here we go. Here we go. It's happening.
Renee was abnormal.
Abby Normal. Who's Abby Normal?
Normal.
Remember that? What was that? Young Frankenstein. You took the brain out of Abby.
Abby Normal. Abe Normal. Abe Normal.
Nowadays, you're either an extremist or not. I don't know.
I don't consider myself extremist or not extremist. I mean, both sides, if you left, right, center, this, that, there can be extreme anywhere, can't there?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, Joe Joyce. All of these lefty protests are nothing more than angst-ridden adults with arrested development and too much entitlement. Trump did that to kids.
No. You know something? You just got yourself banned. You just got yourself banned.
Where's the proof?
Guess what? You've got reported to also. Where are you at here? You just got reported to YouTube for using such language.
Oh gosh, Red's reporting people today. Look out, guys! If you're coming in the comments, be careful. Red's on a roll today. Red's on a roll. So tell us in the comments, what do you guys think? Was the officer in the right? Was the officer in the wrong? The new footage that has come out with his body cam and the information that he's had internal bleeding sustained from injuries from that. So, what's going, what are your thoughts? You have to love cheeseburgers to be normal. I agree with you, Sean Walford.
Is that with or without pickles?
With or without peanut butter on it? Because if you put peanut butter on a cheeseburger, is that normal? All right. So welcome in, guys. We're talking about the shooting that took place, the ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Tell us in the comments, what are your thoughts? And Red, what's your thoughts on this? Wasn't Renee Good arrested several times prior to this? Joe Mankus wants to know.
I do not believe there's any arrest record other than an arrest by family services. She did have some problems with family services. So there might be domestic violence or something like that. But other than that, I didn't see anything about her being arrested. And I don't think she was really a bad person. I think she was led down the road by people that were bad people. That they don't care about her. That's all. They don't care about anybody.
So she was never charged with anything beyond a traffic ticket. And that was a citation in Virginia for failure to have her vehicle inspected in a minor traffic ticket in 12 out there in Colorado, the new Smoky Mountains.
Yes.
2019 citation. Yeah. All right. So she was on probation for failure to feed her children, according to David Ketchline.
Like I said, it was a family. What do they call that? It was a family issue.
The child services, protection services.
Yeah. And that's what it was.
Well, I mean, you got to be doing something wrong if you're, if you're getting in trouble for, not taking care of your kids. I mean, come on, child neglect doesn't really put it up there with this, mother.
Especially around single parents that are,
Yeah, Chani Kalini, thank you. Child Protective Services. Thanks for joining in, Chani. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. If you enjoy having a little fun talking to a couple old guys who really don't give a shit. I shouldn't say that. We do care. But, we've seen enough of this shit go on in our lifetimes, especially Red. He's almost 80 years old, this guy. And, he's been through all of it. He's been through all of this. All of this. It's crazy.
This is what'd you just click me off?
David Keatsline. I saw a rap sheet online. She had 4 different violations on her probation.
Yes, and they were violation of probation. Violation of probation. I saw the same thing, guy.
Yeah. Bob's and Tea. Bob's and Tea. Bob's and Tea. Are you guys saying she wasn't perfect like the rest of us?
No, I'm actually saying she was like the rest of us. The problem was she was misguided. That's what I'm saying. Somebody made her do, or caused her, didn't make her, but caused her to make the decisions that she made that got her killed. And that's wrong.
We call it more like brainwashed, no?
I don't know. I don't believe in brainwashing. I really don't. I was in the Marine Corps, and I can tell you this. People can change your mind, but they can't brainwash you, because I saw people that went over the hill. They left after boot camp. They said, I'm not putting up with this happy horse shit. And they left.
You aware of the MK Ultra program that our government had?
Yes.
Okay, so there's brainwashing is possible. I mean, I'm just saying through the media and whatnot, Chani, ooh, you got a new little fan there. Chani Kalani likes you.
Thank you, dear.
Damned if you Joe and damned if you don't. Damned if you Joe, damned if you don't. Just you're just fishing for any reason to justify her murder. No, we're not. I'm not. Absolutely not.
He's looking for an argument. That's all.
No, I'm not on any kind of fishing expedition. If that's what this guy's saying, I mean, ain't happening.
Now, this is a fact. I don't know if it's a fact, but I believe it to be a fact. Universities are brainwashing our kids. Well, they're not kids. Make up your mind. They're either adults by the time they're 18 years old, or they're kids. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
I think they're young adults, personally. But
William Good. I don't know any relation to Renee, but William Good, ICE agent, was wrong. I think so was Renee Good for putting her car in drive and aiming it at the agent and then pushing it with the gas.
I didn't see anything that he did that I wouldn't do at all.
I don't know. William, until you're in that situation and the car's aimed at you. So, yeah.
Live one. This is a real live one.
Throw it up.
Increase the voting age. I fought to lower the voting age. I fought because I didn't think 21 was a good thing, because you could be drafted and go to Vietnam, but not have a right to vote.
Red did. What was your group? Young Republicans of what? What was the name of it?
The Young Republican of America. The Young Republicans of America.
So she got divorced. She lost custody of her first 2 children. Then second husband died. Finally, she ended up in her lesbian relationship, married her. And I believe the 3rd child is from the deceased husband.
That's accurate. That's very accurate. But what's that got to do with her? What's that got to do with this whole case? You want to judge her, right? Is that what you want? You want to judge her? Why even vote? Because every vote is counted, guy. It's people. It's people like you that leave us with lopsided elections.
Yeah. Tainted Nougat wants to know why even vote. Tainted Nougat. That's an interesting name. I like nougat. Nougat's good. I wouldn't want any tainted nougat. I sure as hell don't like the word taint anywhere near nougat. But anyway, tainted nougat. Why even vote?
Never mind. I don't need to get in that stupidity. Here we have one that's very interesting.
Oh, Tainted Nougat says we got the real Americans in charge now. We don't need to vote anymore. What?
No, I don't buy that either.
What the hell?
How about you can't vote under 21 unless you're served or you're serving? That doesn't go for me either. Before you're 21, it's a whole different thing. What if they bring back the draft guy?
Here, how about Eric?
The draft and say, okay, we're activating the draft and everybody has to serve.
How about Eric Lynn?
There's a lot of Eric going to be very upset.
Voting age needs to be pumped to 35, and those past 75 shouldn't be able to vote either. What do you think of that, Red?
Kiss my ass. Whether you like it or not.
David Catchline, she was charged with felony neglect. Am I too high up here in the... Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Let's pull a couple others. Kevin Kirby, I blame Walsh 100%. If he didn't let all those illegals in ICE, would never been there. So I don't think it's Renee or ICE's fault, but Renee should have got out of the car, in my opinion.
That's correct. I agree with you. I agree with you totally.
Yeah. Conehead. Oh, sorry. Coohead and Cannabis. They didn't elect the dipshit we have in office. Who didn't elect? Who didn't elect the guy? What are you talking about?
Oh, you talk about Tim Walsh? I'm sure they did. I'm sure he's a dipshit. They elected him. There's no doubt in my mind.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
He needs somebody else.
After round, she found out. Don Carlo. Yeah. Fafo, man. That's what goes on. So, yeah. Let's stop illegals from voting.
Mentally incompetent people shouldn't be able to vote, but they're
that excludes you and me right off the bat, Red.
To be mentally incompetent really is a small minority, very much a small minority. So if it comes to less than 1% of 1,000% of the population of the United States that's mentally incompetent by a court or by a doctor, then I agree with you. But
all right, Groovy Nipple has a comment. I only picking this comment because of the name Groovy Nipple. I like that. You making excuses for fascism and tyranny? Good for you, losers. Come on.
This is very interesting. Deport all Muslims from the United States. These are people that never lived. They just never lived. I know now, and I have known Muslims in my life. They all are not bad. They are not bad. I've known Palestinians that are great people. I've known some Jews that were great people. I've known some bad in everything.
All right, I'm gonna let you take this one, Red. Another one from a friend, Groovy Nipple. They say you should have to take a civics test to vote. I say let's do it. Not a GD Republican below the poverty level will vote. And I'm guessing not a single Democrat below the poverty level will vote either, if that's the case.
I think that would go both ways. But as far as the civics lessons go, didn't we take those in high school? I mean, didn't we get those all the way back? And no, it's not. And Islam is not the problem.
So wait. There should be a cognitive test for voting. Those past 65 should take a test to retain the voting right. I remember when Jimmy Carter voted. How did he look when he voted, Red?
Incompetent.
They wheeled his ass out there like Weekend at Bernie's.
If you listen to him and his speeches, even when he was older, working at Habitat, if you listen to him, very intelligent man. So age is a number. It doesn't mean that you're ignorant. You're old and you're ignorant. Lou, you got an attitude problem.
Silage Daddy. What do you mean she should have exited the vehicle? I thought cops hated that unless they are arresting.
This is not a cop. This is a federal agent that was covered by several other people. And he was giving her a lawful order. He could see her hands. Get your facts straight, guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't a traffic stop. It's not like they stopped her and said, "Hey, stay in your vehicle. Don't get out." No, they were already. She was blocking them. They knew what the situation was. They'd already approached the vehicle. It was get out. Now it's time. You're being detained. Get out of the vehicle. And she didn't listen. She didn't listen to the nice law enforcement officer, the nice federal law enforcement officer.
When they first pulled the vehicle up there, they told her to move on the speaker, and she didn't move.
So I guess this J Jack thinks that you're a racist, or I am, one of the two.
Yeah, J Jack, you'll get over it.
Only two of us here. So TBE race, I'm with you, man. Don't run over cops. All right, it's pretty simple. Don't run over cops. Matters. She's guilty.
Health.
Okay. Rest Charles. ICE has no authority over us U.S. citizens. Yes, they do have authority over U.S. citizens. They are federal. You understand that? That's not state. That's not county. That's not local. That's federal, buddy.
Do you see what it says on that emblem over their office? United States of America. United States Justice. That's on their badges. Do you live in the United States? I guess they have control over you.
So Man Nurse Boy says you guys need to expire yourselves. And if I'm going to take advice from anybody, it's not going to be by somebody named Man Nurse Boy. Not happening. Sorry.
They want to tell us.
Yeah, don't spit in the wind. Don't run over cops. Hey, here we go. My circus and monkeys, old white guys. We don't care. That's right. We don't care.
That's right.
Yeah. We don't care.
You get to that point in life and you realize something. There's a reason why we live this long.
Yeah. So, Tampon Tim is actively gulping down Somali ice at a rate I've never seen before. Okay. I didn't know they sold ice cream there, but I guess it's cold in Minnesota. So it's all right. JD Rosa. I'm a mother, and I can guarantee you my children will never have to live without me because I inserted myself in the middle of some non-American stranger legal issues and ICE agents. Good for you, JD Rosa. You're being a good mother and taking care of your kids and not putting yourself in situations that could get you taken away from your kids in one way or another.
This guy just wants to hear himself talk. ICE has no authority over U.S. citizens because immigration law does not apply to U.S. You know what you need to do? You need to read. You need to get educated. Go back to school. Do something. All those things about it. What about Lenny? When Lenny's a U.S. citizen, he couldn't prove that he was a citizen. They wouldn't let him back into the country.
That's Red's friend he's talking about from a long time ago. But no, I'm going to say Mr. Stamptech said that U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE, was created to enforce immigration rules, not police Americans. You know why? Because they didn't think Americans would get involved with their jobs. Their job is to remove illegals. Why would the people of the country go against that and go, I'm going to get in your way so you can't do your job and get rid of the illegals? That's just foolish.
Let me go all the way back to Lucky Luciano when he was deported. He was here for many years, many years, and he was deported back to Italy because he was not an American citizen. He was called an undesirable, and that's what INS is for. Undesirables, people we don't want in our country.
ICE can detain people. Yes. Sorry. Javi, F ICE. Javi, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you got a problem with them,
they can arrest them also.
Do you want people from other countries, murderers and whatnot, that people out of mental institutions running around in our country doing nasty things to people like Riley Lakin? I mean, honestly, is that what you want? Because I don't want that. I really don't. I have friends. I have loved ones. I don't want to. Shouldn't have to deal with that in your own front yard.
No,
it's bullshit. So I guess Fred's never heard of denaturalization, according to Sean Winkler.
I've heard of a lot of things, and you can guess all you want, and that's what they are, as guesses.
Sorry, that was Sean Winkler. You ICE agents are already doing that. I don't know what that meant. Saucier boar. That sounds delicious. I guess Red has never heard of denaturalization.
I've heard of a lot of things, but you can guess all you want.
Muchill, bro, I don't think I want you in this country. I mean, if you're talking to me, I was born here. And
you're entitled to your ideas, your thoughts.
It's all right. Freddie Pat Black, Adam ain't too bright, or at least he's never thought about these issues deeper than what his echo chamber tells him. No,
I don't want the guy living next door to me either.
maybe. I don't know. I just hear echo chambers. It's like, did you turn on the news when Joe Biden was in? You hear sharp as attack, sharp as attack, sharp as attack, sharp on every fucking news channel. Like it was literally being echoed in a chamber, which is what Freddie Pat Black's talking about. Echo chambers. That's what you guys listen to when you turn on the news. You listen to your echo chambers. So what about the people, Red? Gouldad wants to know. The people being detained at their naturalization interviews or at the 180 U.S. citizens who have been detained.
Oh, I don't think that's anything close to the millions that have come into the country that need to be detained, and we need to know more about them. We need their fingerprints. We need to know where they came from. They don't have the right to remain silent. They want to use that right. Good. Get out of the country.
Joan Dula. Thank you, President Trump and ICE, for enforcing the law and will of the American people. Interesting comments. And Lady Blue still commenting. I missed a few of your comments, Lady Blue. Educated people use multiple sources for news. It is clear you don't. Yeah, like if you sit around and listen to CNN, MSNBC, AB. Come on. What are you talking about? CBS. You sit there and you listen to multiple sources that repeat, that echo the same message over and over and over. You'd rather listen to that than do your own research and investigation? It's true. Libs can't.
The live one right here. Okay. Believe me. Both of your parents.
Oh, come on. Don't get into it, Red. Don't get into it.
I'm talking about both your parents, him and him, John and Jim, both your parents have you as an inbred.
All right. Shag. They're also arresting pedos. They're arresting people that, look, they aren't saying deport every freaking person that's in the country illegally. What they're saying is get rid of the ones that are really bad. And if you don't come out and surrender yourself and you're hanging out in a place and there's other illegals with you, well, they're going to leave too. Just because they take you as well. So, yeah. Hey, nobody brought that up. This is the first person that brought that up. So that was in news also today and yesterday. And Jesus, you guys are putting these things in here so fast I can't read them all. But there we go. David, Bill Clinton missed his day in court.
Yes, he did. But Hillary did also.
What are they doing about it, Red?
They're issuing us. They issued a subpoena. They're going for contempt of court. They're going to have a hearing on it, and then they'll take a Senate vote on what they're going to do about it. Minutia. Total minutia.
Red, you're probably a closet homo, and Adam's probably a pedo. Trump hater or hatter. Actually, that's how you spell hatter, Trump hatter. In case you're wanted to spell hater, you spelled it wrong. That's Hatter, like the Mad Hatter. The
All of a
Trump
sudden, you're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. I'm just a homo. Okay.
You want to trade?
I don't know. I don't want to trade.
Oh man. Bungle Wungus. They are not only deporting criminals, they are not only deporting criminals, they are not even only deporting illegal immigrants. They arrest anyone they suspect of being any kind of immigrant.
That's not true.
Except the legal ones. The legal immigrants, they aren't arrested.
You know that driver's license that you have that you had to bring your birth certificate and everything for?
Yeah, the real license, the real ID.
Yeah, the real ID. If you have a real ID, they're not deporting you because they know who you are. That's the whole idea for you to fit in the database.
Yeah.
They want to know who we are. And I'm not ashamed of who I am. Some of you people who hide behind these names, monikers that you have, you must be ashamed, especially saying the things that you did.
Just bad. Me has a comment. My family came to America legally from Germany. Legally. Why can't they? If that makes me a fascist, I'll wear that badge with honor. You know, my grandparents, great-grandparents came over legally from Poland on one side. The other side of my family, holy shit, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather fought with George Washington, Shadrach Pinkston. He was in the Valley of Forge. He was one of the first Secret Service agents, according to genealogy records, that is. So, and then you got people like my wife. I have friends that have immigrated here from other countries. They've done it legally. My wife's, she's an immigrant. You're gonna
RV Doc just did
names like, come on.
RV Doc just did it here. I've known RV Doc a long time.
Red was the king of porn, and you didn't have any video done of Adam? Are you kidding me? Red was going to watch. He did. He actually watched my movie, but he ran out of quarters. He didn't get to finish it. Robot Milker. Wait a second. Robot Milker. Just the name alone, I got to put the comment up. I wonder how people would react to how Magastonians behave if the U.S. was a first world country. The U.S. is the laughing stock of the planet. Robot Milker, I assume you live in the U.S.
No.
You don't think so?
No, no way. No way.
So he wants to react how the Magastonians behave if the U.S. was a first world country. I believe on the top 10 largest companies in the world, 8 of them are located in the United States of America. I believe that the net value of Tesla alone is probably worth more than Venezuela, the whole country's GDP.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, I'd say we're definitely first world country. I don't think we're third world. Not even second. That's why I say he obviously lives here, because if he go around and looked at some other countries, he'd know. He'd know.
Ordered a lot. Nothing was said. You know why? Do you know why nothing was said? Because he controlled the media. That's why. And very good point. Excellent point. People have short memories.
Patrick, you're right. Why are we being invaded if the country sucks so much? Why would they come up here in caravans across the border if it sucked so much to be here?
That's right. Also, here we go. I knew there's always got to be one every day of the week.
I'm ashamed to be a part of white America. So you're ashamed of your color, your skin, which
he's not an American. He's not an American. He's just putting up a comment to put up a comment. That's all. There's people that do that, Adam.
No, I think this guy's probably not one of those people. I'm ashamed to be white. Why? It's funny, man. They have. You know, I don't even want to get into it, but it's not something to be not proud of. Okay, I'm not saying that.
A lot of people have said they wanted me to be ashamed of the business I was in, the people I associated with, all different things in my life. They're telling me that I should be. Well, walk a mile in my boots and then tell me what I really should be. Live in my shoes and tell me what I should be. But it's easy to make these comments on the side here. It really is.
Christopher Windsor, libtard, you can't contribute to the topic, then shut up. You type so much and none of it is of value. So there you go, buddy. Thanks, Christopher.
Thank you.
Much chill. Red, looks like you've been to Epstein's Island. Plus, you got a little bit of a tan going on there. You know, what's happening? Patrick, the white race is only 8% of the world. We are the minority. That is true. Patrick is true. Very, very true. Shoof, no one's ashamed to be white. Now, being American outside this country, now that's a fact. Outside this country.
I don't know.
Trump team's exposing too much fraud. So much fraud. Yeah.
Years ago, John Drummond asked me. He asked me this question.
John Drummond was a reporter for the Chicago. He reported for the Chicago mob back in the 70s and 80s. For those of you who don't know who John Drummond was,
CBS News
is. Sorry, he's still alive.
And John asked me a couple times. He said, if you had been somebody else, if you had been a different color, do you think you would have done the same things that you did? And I said, yes. Do you think you would have had more difficulty? And I said, no. I had a burning desire to do what I did, and it didn't make any difference. And I don't think it would have made any difference. I don't think your skin color has one thing to do with it. Ethnicity, what do you call that, Adam?
Ethnicity.
Yeah, the way people live, or that might have something to do with it, but skin color doesn't.
Oh, your culture and whatnot. Yeah. Now that's all bullshit. To the moon. Personally, I don't care how many immigrants are here or come. The drugs that are here need to go. To me, in my neighborhood, this is far more an important concern.
Well, I'm afraid the immigrants are going to have to take the drugs out of here because they're bringing them in.
Well, it's always been. It shouldn't say all of it. It's not some of the stuff's made here in the U.S. They have methamphetamine problems and whatnot. But I know the fentanyl, all the other, whatnot comes from other countries. Yeah. Immigrants are coming here Immigrants are coming here legally and still being deported. ICE is the Gestapo, according to Chemison.
I don't know where you get your information, but it's inaccurate. Totally inaccurate.
Yeah, that's crazy. Rosie, we all bleed the same blood. You're absolutely right. We all bleed red, Rosie.
You learned that in Vietnam.
Red was there. He tells stories about it. It's just that all goes out the door, right? When you get shipped across and you go into another country and it's just you and your team of guys, all the color, accents, heritage, lineage, none of that shit matters.
No, you forget about it all. Because that guy may save your life, you may save his life. And that's where it's important.
Donnie Newman, if they say F America, why is it everybody keeps trying to come here? Exactly. So freaking bad. Why it's so bad? Why would people pay their entire life savings to try and get here? Illegally that is, but still. A lot of these people, Randad says some of these people learned that in their mom's basements.
I like
it. What was in the war of 1812? Yeah,
and
he was all
out of the womb. You just came out of the womb. You don't know anything yet.
Red was a server at the Last Supper. Okay, that's what Red did. See how long he's been around.
Mm-hmm.
I see green is the biggest line of bullshit any veteran can spew, according to the Autistocrat.
I wonder what year you were in the Marine Corps. Oh, you weren't in the Marine Corps. That's why.
Sounds about right. The combat ain't fun, but it does make you smarter if you survive.
That's
Imagine
right.
so.
It really does.
Oh, ho, ho, just tonight. 77. I live in Canada, and for most of us have sworn off visiting. Why would I go to an unsafe, ignorant place?
Why would we go to the coldest, most miserable place that cheats people out of money? They don't give the proper exchange, that are complaining about us constantly, but they got their hands out all the time. And when they come to our country, they are cheap. I used to see them come to Sarasota. No. They don't tip. Period.
No. Just tonight, 77. I'm going to tell you exactly why you would go to an unsafe, ignorant place, in your words. Because you need a knee replacement, and you're 50 years old, almost now, because you're born in 77, if that's correct in your name. So you're going to need a knee replacement. And when they put you on the list and they tell you, all right, 18 months, you go, I got to go through excruciating pain for 18 months. Fuck that. I think I'm going to go to the unsafe country of the United States of America and get it done next week. So you don't get tired of waiting in line in your country for your health care. That's why you'd come here. I could give you other reasons too, but just tonight, that's one of them. That's why everybody from Canada comes here, to get their shit done, because they don't want to wait.
Larry, 1965.
Lies. Hold on. Yeah, Cam, I just told you I'm married to a Canadian. She immigrated from Canada. And yeah, they do make you wait very long for healthcare. So I don't know. That's just what that's the facts. Anyway, do you live in Canada, Camison? And have you needed anything major done? Just curious. So I know you pay 50 or 60% of your money in taxes for that free health care. Yeah. All right. United States military has to defend Canada. No shit.
They used to remind us of it all the time. We don't need an Air Force. We don't need an army. You guys go out and fight for us.
We got it all. Ever and ever. You're going to let them invade us, because if they invade us, they can get to you.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Getting back to this guy, USMC, 1970 to 1975. You ain't lying, brother. You're right. You're definitely not right.
Scott H. I know Canadians, they hate it there, and the health system sucks. It's true. Not a lot of Canadians. I'm moving to Canada. Oh, Camism. I'm moving to Canada now from the U.S., and their taxes aren't higher than ours, especially when you pay $30K a year just for insurance premiums. Hey, I hope it works out well for you in Canada. I really do. And we will welcome you back to the U.S. with open arms.
You have my blessing. Go in peace.
All right, Red, what do you say, buddy?
I say today's been one hell of a day.
All righty then. Maybe we'll pop on tomorrow for a bit and see if anything else develops. If not, we'll be back next week. Red will be up here on Monday, usually Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you guys. Christina Morris, as always, take care of you too, sweetheart.
Yes. Thank you, Christina. I know you had your hands full. I want to thank everybody that stopped by, everybody that subscribed and made a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever. You all have a choice, and you're making it now. God bless you. And it's Red Wemette out, and that's Adam.
God bless.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.